Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and we are here for the morning show. What do we do during the morning shows? Well, we look at the headlines of the day. We look at if it's going to be forecasted to be a rainy, thundery day in the markets. Is it going to be a sunny, sideways market, calm day in the markets? We haven't seen many of those lately. Or is it going to be a money-making day in the market where everything's pumping, we make some money on the markets? We always hope to have these days. Let's hope they don't take it away from us. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Welcome to the morning forecast show where we go through the headlines, the charts, and we get ready for the day. If you have tuned in, make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Has everyone got their newsletter? Has everyone got the script before we even start going through it? Please make sure you put a like on the newsletter as well. So what we're going to do is have a look at some charts, look at some headlines, and go through some of your questions, and then we'll go over to Martyn for the opening bell. Remember, this stream is mainly about XRP because everyone's been saying it's over. That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing even people in this chat getting a bit impatient, people saying XRP is not going anywhere, people having selling out of XRP, thinking it's done, there's not much left in it, and it's time to move on. I don't share those views at all. I'm still heavily bullish on XRP. My largest position is XRP. In this video, whatever I say, please do not take it as financial advice. It's just my thoughts and opinions only. Please do not trade based on anything I say. So we do have some top stories for XRP that we'll get onto. We will look at the chart for XRP as well, and it has gone sideways for a little while. We can't deny that. Ever since the start of this year or even before, I mean, we were at these prices back in December of 24. So 6 months of basic sideways action. But don't forget, sideways action helps coil up the next move towards the upside. So if we go over to this chart here, remember a year ago or 2 years ago when we were doing the live streams every Sunday talking about XRP and the law case and the SEC case and how I think it's going to come out on top, victorious, all those sort of stuff. XRP went sideways basically since 2017. We were at 58 cents back then, and we were at 58 cents just at the beginning, at the end of last year. So it was a brutal 6 or 7 years, maybe 8 years of XRP basically going sideways. There were times to make money. There was the 21 cycle as well. And after the 2021-22 cycle, we saw a lot of sideways action with a lot of people being shaken out. We saw XRP go all the way from 30 cents up to 54 cents. People thought that was a big move, which it was. I mean, it's a doubling of the money, but then it came back down. It came down 46%, then it pumped up again, then it came back down, then it had the SEC case. Everyone was waiting for XRP is not a security. It pumped basically 100% in a day. Everyone thought that was the beginning. Everyone got excited, including myself, up 100%. But what happened in the few weeks following? Well, we went down 53%, and we actually went lower than before the ruling. Every single time was a buying opportunity. If you remember those lives, go back and watch them. They were exciting lives. Every time it dropped below 50 cents, I was like, wow, another opportunity. I love it. Every time it dropped below 40 cents, we were like, wow, wow, wow. This is a brilliant opportunity as well. And it did go sideways. It had upwards action, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, coiling, getting ready, accumulation, and then it had its takeoff. And we might be seeing something similar here. We might be seeing all of this sideways actions, institutions getting involved, people loading up their bags, the retail investors which get frustrated, which want quick gains within minutes and days, getting flushed out because they get bored, they want to move on to the next sexiest thing, and then they lose their money on that. Maybe they come back to XRP later, but that's what we're seeing on XRP right now, is that upwards, downwards, upwards, downwards. It's just a lot of volatility, presenting lots of opportunity. Remember the amount of times we bought this at $2, had 100% swings. Remember the time where we sold it at $3.30 to buy back on that 50% correction. Remember when we took that leverage trade at $1.73 all the way up until $2.30. All of those are opportunities within this. Or you can just be accumulating for the long term. Or, again, not financial advice, do whatever you want. You might not even want to hold XRP, which is completely fine. It is a high-risk asset at the end of the day. So I just see this as sideways action, presenting opportunity. Trades can be done within it, or accumulate. It just gives people more time to accumulate. Just like back here, where there was a lot of price action, up, down, up, down. People started giving up and saying it's over. XRP is not going anywhere. The amount of times people said XRP is going to zero after its failed 2021 bull cycle because of the SEC case, the suppression we had back then. People give up on XRP, and then stronger buyers come in and buy the XRP off the weak hands. And all I see is sideways accumulation. All I see, as long as we stay above these $2, $1.70 levels, is just pure accumulation. If it does drop lower, I'll actually be happy. If it comes down, we have a recession, we hit $1, we hit $1.20, I'll be happy, because that just gives me more time to accumulate at better prices. And if it doesn't, I'm happy as well, accumulating at the $2 range, getting ready for all-time highs, because I do think we'll get all-time highs on XRP. We'll go through the news stories of XRP today. But in my opinion, everyone who's saying it's over, well, they don't have patience. They want to make money within months. Remember, people made life-changing money with this move up. Life-changing money. I mean, we went from areas that we were buying at 50 cents all the way up to all-time highs around $3.50 in 3 months. 600%, a 7x on one of the largest crypto assets within 70 days. You doubled your money every time, as it was a 7x over 70 days. And people are impatient again. I mean, you get those gains 30, 40 years within the S&P 500. So I don't mind waiting a year. I don't mind waiting 4 years. I think we will continue seeing highs this year. I think Bitcoin will go further up this year. Tom Lee had a suggestion yesterday, CNBC analyst, saying that Bitcoin's going to 150,000, 200,000 by the end of the year. If that occurs, XRP is also going to take off, and there's great underlying news with XRP, and we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that now, actually. So, what's this? If you haven't heard about this yet, it's Sensei's Insights. It's the new upgraded Martyn Lucas newsletter. Every morning you get the snapshots of what's going on, the top news stories, what I'm watching, the charts I'm watching. You get the XRP news today. We've got a couple XRP news stories as well that we're going to get onto, tokenization, all that sort of stuff. We've got the XRP chart with all my specific levels at the bottom of the newsletter as well. So if you haven't signed up yet, if you're watching this later, it will be in the first link in the description. If you're watching this live, then there is the link to the newsletter. You'll be taken to a page like this. That link gives you a 7-day free trial on the annual plan. We do this every single day. We've got deeper dives throughout the week as well. You've got the Saturday EVTOL show with a new emerging market we like. And it works out to about 30p a day, or 25p a day, 30 cents a day. You can get it on the monthly or the free plan, but the annual plan is when you'll get the best value. But the monthly and annual give you the same access. It's just, it works out as £10 a month on the annual plan. And what do you actually get? Well, I'll show you here just before we get into the news. Here it is. On the About page, you can see you get the 5 things you need to know before the market opens. You get the chart of the day. You get the big story breakouts, the deeper dives. We've done some on a new token, ZBCN, which has done about 5x in a week since we started covering it. You get the NVIDIA earnings, for example. We covered all the analysts before that, all the expectations, all the stock, the chart for NVIDIA. We got it spot on again. So you get those big story breakdowns. You get the Saturday EVTOL newsletter. Again, as a premium member, you get all of that at around 25p a day, or 33 cents a day. So a lot of information, hours of research. About this morning's one took about 3 hours, 2.5 hours, and the deep dives take about 4 to 5 hours. So a lot of research, and you don't really need Bloomberg, CNBC, Financial Times anymore. This has all the top stories. So today's newsletter this morning, it's focusing on a few stories on XRP. So shall we start with the XRP stories first? I think we should, and then we'll go through the rest of the stories. Remember, this is titled It's Over. That's because everyone everywhere is getting impatient, and after having a 6x within a few months, and 6 months of sideways action, I don't think that's, or 3 months of sideways action, I don't think it's time to be saying it's over for XRP. And here is why. Some news stories on XRP. One of the biggest ones so far. One of the biggest ones so far is tokenizing real estate on XRPL. Why it matters for XRP. So Dubai is about to change the game. Ripple has partnered with Dubai Land Department, VARA, and the Dubai Future Foundation to tokenize real estate directly on the XRP ledger. We're not talking about test pilots anymore. This is a full on title. This is full on title deeds going on chain, powered by Ripple infrastructure and built to scale globally. Tokenization, the thing we've been talking about for years, it's here, it's in practice, it's not a pilot, they're doing it. So why is real estate tokenization a big deal? Real estate is the world's biggest asset class, but is stuck in slow paper-based systems. Tokenizing it does three things. It unlocks liquidity, so you can sell fractions of a property or borrow against it to massive markets. It increases transparency and security. Ownership is clear and verified on chain, so you can see the deed. You can it's all there on the blockchain, and it makes it programmable. So you can lend with property, you can stake, you can have the rental income and more. So it is just completely revolutionizing real estate. And real estate, as mentioned, is one of the biggest market out there. And here we go, Ripple is getting involved. So Ripple isn't just providing the tech, it now holds the DFSA license in the United Arab Emirates, and is working with regulators to make this infrastructure legally and financially bulletproof. So how does this affect the XRP token? While properties themselves aren't held in XRP, that would be silly, wouldn't it? XRP, because that's a few questions I've got recently, XRP still plays a vital role behind the scenes. So number one, transaction fuel. Every retail estate token move. So the buy, the sell, the transfer requires XRP to pay fees on the XRP ledger. More usage, the more people are using it, the more demand for the XRP token. It's also a liquidity bridge. When real estate tokens are bought or sold internationally, XRP can act as the bridge between fiat currencies and tokens. That boosts trading volume and utility. Number three, DeFi expansion. These tokenized assets can be used as collateral in time. Collateral. In time, XRP could be a major settlement or liquidity pair, just like ETH in DeFi. So the bottom line is more tokenized assets equals more XRPL activity, more XRP utility. XRP isn't a house, it's the fuel powering the real estate economy. So every part of the world is embracing tokenization, this thing that we keep talking about, the thing that the SEC was talking about around the roundtable, tokenization. You need to start getting used to that word because everything is going to become tokenized. So everywhere is doing tokenization. Each place has its different thing they're doing right now. North America and Europe, they're focusing on tokenizing treasuries, money markets, biggest institutions using blockchain for cash management. We saw that on the SEC roundtable. And we've got Latin America tokenizing agricultural receivables to help farmers raise money quicker. We've got Southeast Asia, heavily focused on trade finance, turning invoices into tradable tokens. We've got the MENA, the Middle East and North America, especially Dubai, leading in real estate tokenization thanks to regulatory innovation and state-level support. This shows tokenization isn't one size-fits-all concept. It's being customized to fit local economic priorities, and Dubai's real estate project is the crown jewel. You can read my insight if you've got the newsletter. We'll move on to the next biggest story as well. So the RLUSD approved in Dubai, another story from Ripple, another bullish sign that the underlying use case of XRP, RLUSD, what Ripple are doing is still there, and that will reflect in the price in time, in my opinion. So RLUSD is approved. If you're still watching, please do make sure you've hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. How many likes do we have so far? Let me check it. We've got 267 people watching, so if everyone hit the like button when they came in, we would have a lot more than 58. Come on guys, we can do better than that. Hit that like button. So the next big story for Ripple, XRP and RLUSD. So RLUSD has been approved in Dubai. So big win for Ripple. RLUSD, Ripple's enterprise-grade stablecoin, has just been approved by Dubai's Financial Services Authority as a recognized crypto in the Dubai International Financial Center. This isn't just another stablecoin. RLUSD is now licensed in both New York and Dubai. That puts it in the rare company. It's in a rare company globally as a fully regulated institutional grade digital dollar designed from day one for cross-border payments and enterprise adoptions. Why does this matter? Well, it isn't focused on retail. Retail market's much smaller than the finance side of things. So it's not retail focused like USDT or USDC. It's built for institutional finance, fast, transparent, one-to-one, USD backed, and now cleared for use in one of the world's most advanced fintech hubs. It's got direct integration into XRP powered payments. So with RLUSD now approved, Ripple can plug in directly with the DFSA licensed payment infrastructure, allowing businesses in the UAE to settle global transaction using a trusted stablecoin on the XRPL ledger. So institutional adoption flywheel, almost 7,000 licensed firms operate in the DIFC, many of which are now eligible to integrate RLUSD into the virtual asset offerings. This massively expands potential adoption across custody, lending, and real estate tokenization. Stablecoin traction in the UAE grew 55% year on year in 2024. The UAE handles 400 billion in annual trade. Regulators are fast-acting innovation while maintaining compliance. This makes UAE one of the most attractive stablecoin testbeds globally, and Ripple just got the green light to scale. So how does a lot of people say, well, Ripple's going to, well, what's the point of RLUSD? Well, RLUSD has a lot of points, and RLUSD and XRP work together. So while RLUSD and XRP are separate assets, their success is tightly linked. RLUSD will run on the XRP ledger, meaning more volume, usage, and developer activity on chain. XRP can serve as a liquidity bridge between fiat and RLUSD in international settlements. Cross-border payments involving RLUSD will rely on XRP's infrastructure for speed and conversion. So XRP isn't being replaced, it's being complemented. RLUSD strengthens XRP's ledger, offering to enterprise clients, boosting real-world use cases and long-term network value. I'll leave you to read my insights. Let me go back to your comments and let's see what everyone's reaction to the XRP is. I'm trying to forget I even have XRP. It makes it easier to hold, says Steve. Yeah, it's a long-term investment, isn't it? Or when it hits specific targets, you might want to look back at it. So, Zebec is on a nice pullback and spot to get in if you haven't. Yes, we do have an ZBCN special coming out. We have a newsletter coming out as well for ZBCN, all the levels, what's important, all your questions answered, staking, where to buy, price predictions. I'm trying to remember, I wrote it yesterday. What else do we have? Let me see if I can bring it up. It hasn't been posted out yet. We're going to be doing a ZBCN special later. There's a lot on it. Oh yeah, we've got the ISO compliance, all that sort of stuff. We've got a lot on that newsletter. So we will be covering Zebec later today. Yeston is in the chat. Can we discuss precious metals? Silver has a move, and we'll do the Friday slam again. Jerry, yes, we will. I want to do a special tomorrow on gold and silver, and depending on how they move today. They did have a great move yesterday, especially silver. We'll come onto the charts shortly. Thank you, Jerry. 7:30 a.m. having my morning coffee, says Steve. And there we go. It's the morning show. Did we hit 100 likes? Do we have to put the music on? Let's see. 92 likes, and there's 237 people watching. Let's put the music on, then we'll get into further charts. We'll look at the XRP chart, Zebec chart, gold, silver, top news stories of today. So let's hit 150 likes. You know what I'm going to play. Let's do it. And if you've already done liking, if you've already finished liking and you've done the liking, you've subscribed, you've done everything, then come over here and I want every single person to start spamming this. Let's see if the views go up when we start spamming this. Let's all contribute. As soon as you've hit the like button, start spamming that. Let's put the music on. Let's get up to 150 likes and then we'll go through ZBCN, XRP, silver, gold, and the top stories.
The year is since 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
If you've hit the like button, make sure you're liking it like this as well. We need 25 more likes, let's do it. Thirteen more likes and we can get on with all the charts. Let's do it. Ten more likes, the song's about to end. We get it, one more. The song, there we go. As soon as the song ended, we love it. Thank you very much. We got to the target. Who just joined us? We've got Mahir is here. Morning Sensei. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for the support on the newsletter as well. Ninja Cowboy is here. You've been knocked down and knocked back up. Yes, Zach8 loves the lyrics. I'm battling cockroaches the size of rats in my buildings. Fast little buggers watching my back. Songs for Space sending you good wishes. Hopefully you get rid of all of them. Did we miss any other comments? Yes, Zebec is down. Zebec is down today. It is down 18% over the last 2 days. It's down pretty significantly from that wick to the lows. We're down about 35% from the highs. So this is why, I mean, this is a warning I put out the other day. Remember when I came on and I said I sold my leverage, I sold my initial investment. This is one of the reasons why it can't just go up forever. However, it is, I guess, again, if you're a high risk investor, it is offering you opportunity to get back in at a lower price. This is a level of support, 0.0048. If you are going to continue breaking it, they can go all the way back down to 0.0028 in the short term. So be careful. However, this is potentially a buying opportunity, not financial advice. I really want to be clear, especially with this token. It's low market cap, high risk. I don't want to sway anyone to buy this. I own it. I've got a very high risk strategy. I did buy some more this morning. I was about to tell you about this. I did buy back because we were back at this support level just a little bit. Again, it's not going to change my life if we go down to zero. If we go up to $1, it might be nice, but I don't think we're going to go to $1 anytime soon. Anyway, we're going to have a ZBCN special, but just to let you know, I have bought a bit more ZBCN today. We are breaching this level of support for now, but we have to see how the daily candle closes. This is very volatile. It can get bought back up by the end of the day. So a buying opportunity has presented itself, but there is lower targets if you do fail to hold this as support. So ZBCN down 18% on the day. On XRP's chart, just wanted to say that obviously we've broken $2.30, but we've got this supply line coming down. If that breaks, then $2.30 is the target, and at that point, we're more likely to break $2.30 and then head back up to $2.62 and higher. So I am keeping an eye on the supply line, and it does look like some bullish momentum's coming back into the stock. So we'll keep an eye on it, and as soon as that supply line breaks, it will start getting exciting again, I think, for XRP. If that doesn't break, then we'll just trend down towards $2. And again, that will be a buying opportunity on XRP. We've got gold and silver, had big moves yesterday. You had gold move up to back to its near its highs. We actually breached the level of resistance once again, which is pretty good. Today, obviously the candle hasn't closed yet, so we don't have much to go off. However, and we'll see how the daily candle closes. If it shows some more strength, as I've always said, gold is just going to continue making new highs, especially in this environment. So I am bullish on gold. But the one that I've also been a bit more bullish on recently and saying silver will have its turn, silver's time will come. Well, yesterday, silver went up 5.4%. It was the highest price we've seen on silver since October of 24, and we were close to putting the highest price we've seen on silver since 2011. And I think once this $34 barrier breaks, we can target $35 and $37 and then all-time highs. Remember, once we break the highs of last year around $35, we will be putting in the highest price since October of 2012, when we had that silver short squeeze. So it's going to start getting interesting on the precious metals, especially silver. Breaking these zones will be very interesting for silver, and it can propel it to all-time highs very quickly, and we might see a silver short squeeze as well. So silver is looking pretty interesting. Lots of accumulation. Remember, $29 we kept saying is a strong level of support, and it's held it, and it's trying to break the highs. So keeping a close eye on silver. Do you guys in the chat invest in gold and silver? If you invest in both, please put both in the chat. If it's gold, if it's silver, put gold, silver, or just put no if you don't. I want to know because I feel like a lot of people do. I don't know. I do. I like it. It's always been a significant part of my portfolio. I know Saab does. He was talking about it on the premium Discord the other day. So if you hold silver, say silver in the chat. If you hold gold, put gold in the chat. If you hold both, put both. If you don't hold any, put no. Don't hold or whatever. And you can give me some more insights as well. Are you very bullish on it? Oh, XRP John T holds both. RB never have. Interesting, RB. I've always said it should be part of everyone's portfolio. Again, that's not financial advice. I just always think it's a nice hedge against quite a few things. So yeah, silver's made that 5% move yesterday. Let's have a look. Everyone starts spamming the chat. Let me see what everyone's saying. XRP John T both. RB never have. Jerry says both. Chris says both as well. XRP John T more silver. Jerry Mantarin, I love silver setup. Yes, it's looking good, isn't it? Corey Real says bought. When did he buy? Corey Real. Did he buy physical? Did he buy? Or if you don't have to share that. But where did he buy? When did he buy? What did he buy? Yolanda. No. Interesting. Anyone else? Let's have a. Yolanda says no. Bullish on silver. The digital future is good for silver. Yeah, silver has use cases, but gold is the thing with silver is it has its points, but gold is like the one that everyone will always perform well. Silver, I think, can outperform gold significantly at times, but we've seen over the past few years, gold has just been outperforming silver to a large extent. So you always have to remember that. Yes, I like silver. Yes, I think I can short squeeze. Yes, I see the use cases, but gold is always going to be king. And I think it might be time for silver to have its big move to upside. No. I hold both, says Diane Nagy. I love that. Perfect. Yuri says no. Jim Ricketts says no as well. I have some silver cutlery. I love it, Matt. Guess that counts. Depends if it's silver lining or fully silver. Cool. Thanks for sharing that with me, guys. It's always nice to interact with you guys and have a bit of a better idea. Okay, should we go on to the main stories of today? Well, the main stories of today, again, Sandra says no. The main stories of today you can find on the newsletter. The link is here. Silver coins can get a nice premium over time. They became collectible and accessible over gold. Yeah, but Jerry, it comes to the point where you try to sell it. You need to find the right buyer. If you don't have the right buyers, you might just get a little bit above spot. Obviously, but depending on what your region is, VAT and stuff like that. Been accumulating since 21. Both. Corey, I love it. I think pretty similar to me. So the top stories of today. My silver lining has a cloud. Top stories. Deutsche Bank lifts. I'm actually going to let Martyn cover that story because that's Martyn's cup of tea. You'll like that. Eurozone inflation slips below ECB's 2% target. So we've got Eurozone inflation under 2%. They've done it. Maybe overdone it. So the Eurozone inflation fell to 1.9% in May, dipping just under the ECB's 2% benchmark. This strengthens the case for rate cuts later this summer, with policy looking to stimulate growth across stagnating economies like Germany and Italy. So there we go. Eurozone is inflation data came in under 2%. We've got Bank of England flagging global trade tensions. Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey reaffirmed that UK interest rates are on a downward path, aligning with falling inflation and modest economic recovery. However, he warned that the escalating US-China trade tensions and global tariff risk could disrupt financial stability and compliance, complicit the time of future cuts. Currently, markets are pricing in a 25 basis point cut as early as August, with 1 to 2 more cuts expected by year end. But Bailey's caution tone suggests bank may pause or slow down the pace of easing if external shocks, like a global trade slowdown, begin to outweigh domestic progress. So that's about the UK interest rates. A slight bearish tone from the Bank of England governor, but it does still seem like we're on track to continue cutting rates. Here we go. Trump revenge tax raises dollar weakness fears. This is why we've been seeing the dollar come down, actually. If I show you the dollar and something that contributed to gold and silver going up yesterday, if you looked at the dollar yesterday, you could have seen it. Let's go to daily. I don't know if it recovered by the end of the day or not. Yeah, on yesterday, you can see the dollar really came down, nearing its lows from April of 25. It was down nearly 1% yesterday. It's recovering today. But that helped gold go up because remember, if dollar weakness comes down, gold gets stronger and the price goes up. So that's what we saw yesterday, and that contributed to gold going up because the dollar was coming down. But what does that all relate to? It relates to this news story. Let me just reply to the chat. I'm interested about what Jerry was saying. Hi ho silver. Craig is in the chat. We love it. Own silver and gold stock, says Chris. Okay, that's nice. Unfortunately, they've been underperforming gold and silver, which is maybe they'll catch up. I know Peter Schiff keeps saying they're going to catch up. Top story is you do not have an infrared sauna. Get on, seriously, get one. Love it so. An infrared sauna. What's that? Infrared sauna. What's Stacey Bailey on about today? Infrared sauna. There we go. Let's share with everyone this. Here we go. Infrared sauna. There it is. This is what Stacey Bailey's on about. Are you talking about a proper sauna? One of these makeshift ones? There we go. An infrared sauna. Something we didn't know we needed. Thank you, Stacey. It's a random way to I love it. 25% over premium on recent sale. Very liquid. I'm not talking about proof. Okay, so if it's not proof, are you talking about, so you're talking billion coins, Jerry, and you're talking 25% premium. Is the premium because in the UK, I don't know where you're from, Jerry, but in the UK, for example, we've got VAT on our silver coins. So that automatically moves the price up 20% or whatever. And that's why they are more expensive. And if you sell it to a private person, then they're willing to pay for the price. If you go sell it back to somewhere which is not VAT registered, then they're going to pay you only spot price. So I'm trying to figure out what has a 25% premium if it's a bullion coin. Or is it a bullion coin? Yeah. I just always find bullion is always just better because you know what you're going to pay, you know what they're going to pay, and as if the silver price goes up, the price of your coins go up. It's you smash them up, it's still silver, it's still worth it. But if you know what you're doing, I always recommend to people, if you don't know what you're doing, just buy bullion, the cheapest silver coins you can buy. You're just investing in the price of silver or gold. If you know what you're doing, then you can play around with more of these proof coins or more premium coins. Savage, I heard those saunas are awesome. Sounds good, Savage. Heard all about the red light therapy. Amazing. We had it 2 weeks and I love it. Red light therapy. I've never heard about this. They are moving. Actually, I saw it on The Apprentice. I don't know if anyone watches the UK Apprentice. The gloves that they were putting on, it was like red light, and it was like $300 to stop wrinkles or something. I think that was light therapy. Silver mining has ounces at $10 in the ground. They should do well, says Jerry. Red sauna, Jerry. No, I don't think that's what she said. Craig, Sensei, we should really have a bullion page on Discord. Would be a good ideas. Hundreds of Facebook pages, well run. I trade there. Sensei, we should have a Sorry, let me get back here. Sensei, we should really have a bullion page on Discord. Would be a good idea. Hundreds of Facebook groups, well run. I trade there. I don't know if it fits with everything, Craig, though, because I don't know how many investors are invested in gold and silver in the show. And again, we've got a few continents we're covering. So maybe shall I do a poll and see if people will be interested? Good morning, all Zebec. We have three person and they are awesome. Just throwing it out there, making our Lucasades healthy. We have a 3-person and they're awesome. No VAT on secondhand silver, says Craig. No VAT on secondhand silver. No VAT on secondhand silver. That's true. That's definitely true. But I'm trying to figure out if you went to a store and you sold your silver coin, they would buy it for spot price, right? If you go out, if I went out and I bought a coin today, it's a difficult thing because there is VAT on coins, silver coins, and the market price is it. I don't know what the price is now. If we go onto the silver website, let's just go onto the most expensive silver website out there. Silver coins, called like bullion by post or something. Here we go. So here we go. Bullion by post. Silver Britannia. You go and buy it. Obviously, capital gains tax free in the UK because it's the raw mint version. You go buy it. It says 30 pounds. Let me make sure I don't do anything weird. So it says 30, and then when you actually go and buy it, I assume they add on VAT. Oh, VAT free on, yeah. So if you store it with them, it's VAT free. Let me just go on to buy with VAT for delivery just to make sure I haven't. Yeah. Then it goes up to £39. So if you went to buy it, a new coin, I guess, 39.72. If you want, and that's because £6 goes to VAT in the UK. If you went and bought second-hand coins, which they normally do have, where are they? VAT-free coins. Buy gold, silver, VAT free. Where's VAT free? Guess this website doesn't have any VAT free coins. But anyway, let's forget about that point for a second. If you went and bought a coin, £35, then it's actually £39 because of VAT. If you went to sell that coin back to these people or someone else, another coin shop, they'll buy it at spot price. So I'm sure they do selling here as well. No, gone onto the worst website. Sell gold and silver. So if you wanted to sell 1 ounce of gold, they would buy it for, and they don't even tell you. Yeah, they'll buy it for £25. So they'll buy it for £25, and you're buying it for £39. So if you bought it today, you're buying it basically for £40, and as soon as you sell it back to them, you're going to lose £15. Whereas if you sold it to someone else on the secondary market, just your friend or something, they would probably buy it closer to the real value, or not the real value, the VAT value. Maybe they'll buy it around £32 or something like that. So it's something that people need to get their heads around. I'm trying to figure out what you meant by VAT. I know there's VAT-free coins secondhand, but they wouldn't buy it for much. They still wouldn't buy it off you for the price you paid. Sorry, a little side note there. Let's see if we've got any responses. Yeah, so Craig, for example, today, if you wanted to sell some silver, you saw what they're selling it for there. What would you? I guess you would be selling it at somewhere between spot price and what major retailers sell it for, around the £40 mark. So maybe £32 is a bullion coin. Bullion need for XRP with XRP. I buy and sell on eBay. I'm saving pennies, say Yolanda. Saving pennies, putting them into gold and silver. The good thing about gold is you buy a sovereign or you buy whatever, and you're not going to take a hit on it. It's about 1 to 2%, no VAT, no capital gains on UK coins. Both love it. Pre-owned in the search. Oh, there was a pre-owned in the search bar. There was a pre-owned in the search bar. Where was it? Pre-owned. Am I blind? Or do you want me to search pre-owned? Pre-owned. Let's go silver. Where is it? Pre-owned. 1 ounce. No, I don't think it has pre-owned silver. They do kilograms of silver, but not coins. Oh yeah, pre-owned. Here we go. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they're still selling it for a ridiculous amount. 30. Pre-owned. This is the cheapest one, I guess. 32.35. So what? £4 cheaper. And that's not a UK coin, so it's not capital gains tax free. What's the cheapest UK coin here? There, Britannia. £36. £2 cheaper, £3 cheaper than buying it new. If anyone wants silver, I can sell you some silver for much lower prices than that if you're in the UK. It does, in Canada, silver coins go for a premium of $3 to $5 per ounce. Yeah, so it's much higher here. The price of silver right now is £25 an ounce, and if you want to buy a second-hand 1 ounce coin without any VAT, you're buying it at £36. So you're paying an extra £11.20 on a second-hand coin. You can sell it peer to peer for about £32. See, exactly what I said, just from knowing the middle point and what I thought it would be going for. Yeah, if you were just selling it between people, 32. That's buying at these prices and saying buy high, sell low. Silver, gold, they just continue going up. I mean, there's never a bad time to accumulate. It's just like the S&P 500. There's never really a bad time to buy. If you're just dollar cost averaging throughout time, you're going to come out on top. Gold, people said it's a terrible. When I was buying gold in 2021, went to Hatton Garden in London. and I was just COVID, just things starting to open up, and gold, and everyone was talking about that, and I was just like, yeah, crypto gains, maybe put some of it in gold. I went there, and people were basically laughing at me buying gold back then, but I just did a whole research thing, and I think I presented it live on the show back then about gold. And people were saying this is the highest gold has ever been. It was coming down from, I don't know whether it was in 2022 or somewhere between there. It was the highest price we've seen since 2011. We went into that bear market. Gold was trading near all-time highs, maybe slightly below, and people were saying everyone's selling their gold now. This is the highest it's been. You have to sell high. No point buying here. Um, and the premiums were pretty low because everyone was selling. So I was buying, 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 and everyone was like, "You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Why are you buying high?" Well, 3 years later, fast forward, and from those average levels I bought, even though they were pretty close to highs, 100% move in I don't know a few years on gold. Same story with silver as well. So there's nothing wrong with buying at these higher prices. I mean, it was probably around here. Silver's not moved as much. 52% in a few years. That's not bad returns, especially when I'm trying to diversify my portfolio. So um, maybe as high prices to some people, long term you're probably fine. The VAT cost doesn't disappear when you sell it to another person. You can get it back in a little anyway. You type it a little. Well, yeah. Well, you're not getting VAT back from people. That's just priced into the coin because that's the premium you pay for silver. Sounded like you need to start. I need to start educating myself in gold or silver. Yes, RV, definitely. Nobody needs to worry about capital gains when you're selling coins unless you sell a whole bunch of stuff anyway. Yeah, well, if you're stacking gold and silver in the UK, instead of buying bars and stuff like that, you just buy Britannias and you would buy UK Royal Mint coins, because if you stacked it over the future and one day you want to sell it all and you've bought it at 520 years time, you want to sell it, I don't know, to buy a house or do something or retire or whatever, you're going to have to pay capital gains if it's on a bar or something. You might as well just buy the coin. It's a nice looking coin. It's a royal mint. It's the queen. It's the king. And then you can get it sold for capital gains tax free. I agree, but what is gold up 50% in the last 6 months? Um, probably, yeah, yeah. It's probably up 50% in the last 6 months. And it's probably going to go higher. Jerry Marin, buy and hold. Yeah, it's gold and silver isn't something you just buy and hold it. When you've got extra cash, you buy and hold. Just don't ever buy silver off a billion company. You get Craig. Yeah, there's no point comparing it to those prices, and that's the disclaimer I made before I went on the website. I was like, we're going to go onto the most expensive websites. You don't want to buy it off them. If you know people, it's better to buy off friends, family, people that you meet in the show, as long as there's risk involved. Hopefully, you don't get a fake coin. Yeah. More eBay, trusted sellers maybe. Sensei, are you familiar with DMD? No, I'm not, Zach Zates. I think once we hit high, but okay, we're about to end the show because Martyn's going to go live. Let me see if he's got his show. We've been talking about gold and silver for a while. Let me see. I think once we get high bond yields, a bullish stock market, all the money will just move right out of metals, saying Songs for Space. I mean, yes and no. We've had stock markets perform really well and gold still go up. We've got all this printing going on. You've got all of this inflation fears. You've got all of this uncertainty in the market. You've got central banks buying gold. So there's a lot of underlying factors for gold going up in price. Maple Leaf 1 ounce, 55 Canadian ounce to sell at 45 spot is 47. Wow, yeah, you get a very close price to spot. Yeah, the spread is only $10, Chris. Thank you for sharing that. You always pay a premium when buying gold and silver unless you find a friend selling it to you for spot. Yeah, JJ Bull, but the premium is much, much higher on silver. Gold premiums 1%, 2%. Silver, you're talking nearly 5 to 15%. Okay, let me just check if I'm running over or if we still got time. Let me check here. Um, You always pay. Yeah, we've covered that comment. Why is my computer? Martyn. It's a bit windy here in the UK. I don't know if you heard my door slam. Okay. Yeah. What else was I do like to talk about gold and silver. It's interesting, especially when some people might not know about it, or some people want to share ideas. 6% for silver here, says JJ Ball. Where are you based, JJ 8 Ball? The new Samsung solid-state battery will be put into cars next year, allegedly rumored to contain 1 kilogram of silver. There we go. Gold's like Bitcoin, as we've always said. It's just you buy and hold, plus the fact that gold, people like it for jewelry, and that's a double whammy. That's why it's great. Silver is like XRP. It's got utility, and people are focusing on the one that doesn't have utility. They both have their place, but yeah, I think silver's definitely got utility to back up its price. Chicago, USA. Oh, I love it. DMD USA. The chart looks like DMD. Let's have a look for Zach. DMD USA. Oh, Diamond. I'd never heard. Market cap is 9 million. 9 million. I mean, I don't think the chart looks like XRP. Good luck on this one. It could be the best thing you've bought ever. It's 9 million. If it reaches XRP's market cap, 10,000x or 100,000x, £1, 100,000, something like that. So I don't know. Probably not right, but yeah, there's no point doing any technical analysis on this. It's a $9 million market cap. It's if you know the fundamentals, if you want to take some risk, there it is. Okay, let's go back. I think we've missed a few. Yeah, we've definitely missed a few news stories of the day. Let me just check Discord. Did everyone watch the number 2 training video on Discord? It dropped yesterday on. Let me give you the link for the premium Discord. It was quite an important one, actually. Lots of information, lots of homework you guys can go out and do and see. This is the link to the premium. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's the newsletter. If you want the newsletter, use that link. If you want the Discord, there's the link. We dropped number 2 in the training course for technical analysis. Just checking. Silver is analog XRP. XRP uses silver. There we go. Yep, watched. RB, did you enjoy it? Okay, so number 4 on the news of today. Oh, this is how we got onto it all. Was the dollar weakening, gold going up. So gold typically rises. Sorry, let me read the thing. Trump revenge tax raises dollar weakness fears. So President Trump's new tax bill includes Section 899, a controversial provision imposing up to a 20% tax on foreign investors' passive U.S. income. Analysts fear it would reduce the demand for US assets, weaken the dollar, and raise borrowing costs. Alison's CIO warns the dollar could face a 5%, can fall 5% if enacted. So it's imposing a 20% tax on foreign investors' passive US income. So again, pushing foreign investors away, possibly. Probably, in fact, yes, it probably will, and that's less money in the US dollar. So, just to explain to you what happens when the dollar drops, just so I wanted to explain this. So, when dollar drops, gold typically rises. A weaker dollar makes gold cheaper globally and boosts demand as investors seek to hedge against inflation or currency risk. Stocks can also benefit. So, US exporters and multinationals offer a gain from a softer dollar and lower real yield support risk assets. So it can dollar going down. That's how we saw Bitcoin go up a lot last cycle. Dollar going down yesterday, gold got pushed up. Dollar going down, stock markets normally go up. However, the context matters. So if the drop is driven by fear, for example, trade wars or capital flight, markets may turn risk off, and then stocks do go down. But if it's just a gradual fall in the dollar, no real bad context, it can actually help stock prices and equities go up in price. Number 5, Elon Musk's XAI seeks a $5 billion in debt financing. Just seeing if we've got. I don't want to go over time if in case Martyn is. No, we don't have anything from Martyn yet. That's fine. Sensei, I thought it was very informative. I watched number 1 today, says Matt. Oh, I love it. Cool. Yeah, now know all about candles now, Brian. I love it. Cool. Yeah. Lots of candlestick patterns, aren't there? There's lots more, but those are the main ones. There's no point overcomplicating things. And then we'll look at the bearish ones next week as well, and then put it together with the trend lines, horizontal support lines, and then use it all together. Then we can put in the indicators. We can do some live sessions as well. So there's a lot coming out on the premium Discord. I'm glad everyone's enjoying it. So, number 5 news story: Elon Musk's XAI seeks a $5 billion in debt financing. So, Elon Musk's Elon Musk's AI startup XAI is launching a $5 billion debt offering through Morgan Stanley's using a mix of convertible and secured loans. What does that remind you of? MicroStrategy. The funds will accelerate the build out of advanced AI infrastructure, from training models to scaling data centers, as XAI positions itself as a direct challenger to OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google's DeepMind. Musk's XAI is seeking a $113 billion valuation. That is a massive valuation, $113 billion. Based on a recent 300 million employee share sale. That's ambitious, but still well below OpenAI's $300 billion valuation after its March 2025 funding round. The gap reflects OpenAI's head start, but an AI aggressive $5 billion raise. Oh, Martyn's calling me. How are you calling me? I don't understand. What are you calling me on? I'm calling you. On what? Are you calling into the show? There's nothing coming up in the show. I don't have anything on Discord or. I'm calling you. I don't understand, Martyn. Should I give you the? I'm going to send you the eCam link again. Copy link. I'm going to send it to you on Discord. That's the calling in link. Nothing's coming up on my interview. I've sent you the link on Discord. I'll send it to you on messages as well. I think Martyn's going to call in. Interviews on. Yeah. Nothing coming through, Martyn. Nothing yet. Let's go back to the comments and we'll come back to the story. Silver, OCI, Songs for Space. I don't think we have time. If you remind me tomorrow, we probably have time. Silver and gold was the first I started investing back in around 2015 and went to auctions and bought off sites. Always loved collecting coins. Gold was around 1,150 back then. You agree holding these? It's always harder to sell those premium coins. But I think gold over time has proven it will go up. I mean, it's definitely, if people want to sell, this is not a bad time. It's at all-time highs. It's never a bad time to sell at all-time highs. But if you want to hold for another 5, 10, we've seen that go sideways for 10 years. So if you can't weather a storm for 10 years, then maybe it's worth selling. If you can hold it for 10 years, it's probably going to be higher than it is today, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. Well worth watching for a person like me who's basically just starting. It's very educational to learn different things about candles and wicks. Yes, I hope that's what we're trying to do, getting everyone. So if you're an experienced trader or if you're a new trader, the course will help everyone for the cheapest price. You'll never find a price like this anywhere. Great show. I'm fully ready for the opening bell. Zach said, brilliant. And thanks for being a supporter of the newsletter as well. You can always have it on your side to see all the news top stories. I have a large stack of silver, all dug with my metal detector over the years. Pilskin, I bought a metal detector, but I never really found anything. I think I gave up on my dreams of finding treasure. Seems like I never found anything, nothing. Well, I found like trash, but nothing else. What platform do you buy ZBCN on? It's going to be in our ZBCN special later, but off the top of my head, you've got KuCoin, Crypto.com, Uphold, Solana's like different wallets, Jupiter and stuff like that. You can convert Solana to it. 200 plus likes. Is that what we've got? Look at that. We love it. Thank you very much. If you're coming in for the XRP story, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, you can see it there. Or once this ends, you can watch it back. Has a PE ratio of 1. Sorry, I thought it was Opera. No worries on space. If you remind me tomorrow, we can have a look at it. Uphold has ZBCN. Yes, it does. Resend eCam link in Discord. I don't know what's going on. Why is this not working? Let me send you the link again. Copied, and I'll send it again. There we go. Sent it to the group chat and just you. Feels like a green day today. It does feel like a green day, doesn't it? It does feel like a green day. JOBY pre-market looking good. Poliskin, do you know how much weight in silver you have? Okay, I think Martyn will go through some. Oh, here we go. We did it. It's working. Brilliant. Let me see if I can sort this out. Let me go into guest 1. I haven't gone into screen pool. Oh, there we go. Martyn, you're live on the show.
Good morning, Sensei. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, I think the eCam link had expired. It needed a new one. So thank you very much for taking the call. I wanted to call in this morning because coming up at 8 o'clock in 19 minutes, we have a special. No idea why. It seems to be coming through fine. There we go. We have a XRP and Zebec special because it's an XRP Zebec week this week. We've got some very special things lined up for you. In 19 minutes, 18 minutes from now, I'm going to do the differences between XRP and Zebec, comparing the two. And it's going to be quite a special event because it's leading up to a major event on Friday. I've got thousands of influencers in the crypto space around the world preparing to support an event this Friday. This Friday on the event channel, I'm going to be bringing out 2 pop video songs to support XRP and Zebec. Now, could it be, as we go into this event, as we've seen this morning, that Zebec sells off to buy back on the event? A lot of people are watching this event. It's going pretty viral on X. It's going pretty viral on TikTok today. People are picking it up, making restreams of it. It's pretty exciting stuff. So there's going to be a lot coming out, a lot of souvenirs, a lot of things that you can get, promotional materials you can get for the event. But I think this could be a major crypto moment as we are going viral in several places. And I think we might even go viral on YouTube on Friday. So after this event, we're going to start our build up. Sensei, if you can find the show that I've just posted, link that to the newsletter that you prepared for me this morning. So get that ready for me. That'd be fantastic. And I'll be live in about 16, 17 minutes. And then we've got the opening bell today. We got a members day coming up as well. And that'll all lead you to Friday. Make sure that you go to the Friday show. You can find the link. So I'll drop it in the chat in a moment. I'll also give it to you during my main show in a minute. But take part in this. There's going to be ringtones for your phones, Zebec and XRP ringtones. There's a lot going to happen this week. It's going to be very, very exciting. Could it be XRP or Zebec all sells off? We've seen Zebec already going down quite a lot, and all buy back for Saturday. Sorry, for Friday. Who knows? And all-time highs could be set. Who knows? But I do know it's going to go viral and it's going to be explosive. So you want to be part of it. So thank you, Sensei. I'll hand it back to you. I look forward to receiving the newsletter in a few seconds. If you can grab the live stream today and add that to the newsletter, that'd be great. And I'll hand it back to you. Thank you very much indeed, Sensei. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much, Martyn. So we've got that to look forward to. So what I'm going to do now is, there's a few things I need to update on the newsletter because we did it yesterday and the price has changed. So I want to update the chart on the newsletter. So what I'm going to do is leave everyone and send you to the next show. Zebec is down 24% on the day now. It is moving fast to the downside. So we're going to give you an update on that. Let me make sure this stream is linked to the next one. Thank you everyone for tuning in for the Monday show again. We didn't get through all the news stories of today, but we never normally do. So you can go through, finish off the Elon story, finish off a couple of the XRP stories. We've got what's coming up as well as down here. The XRP angle on the radar, what's coming up today, and I'm not even showing you, and the chart at the bottom as well. So do go and see. Oh, Mahir says thank you. Let me like that. You've got a lot of information in that newsletter to get you set up for today. So do go and sign up for that. Let me end the show and get ready for the next one. Oh, this is not linked to the show. Let me link it. Save. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to do a ZBCN special with XRP very shortly. Did we miss any comments? No. You've got the link down below. Let me end the poll as well. Got a lot to do before Martyn goes live. Okay. What was the poll? Want a daily newsletter with all the market news and the exact charts I'm watching. 43% are not interested for now. 38% yes, say yes, I need that. Only 10% of you guys are subscribed. So there is the link. Please go ahead and subscribe while you're waiting for the next show. Thank you, everyone. There is the link up above to go on to the next show. Thank you for tuning in. We've got a lot coming to you today, so make sure you're subscribed and you stay with us throughout the day. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.